Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to completely rethink how we approach our work environments. For years, right, we've been force-fed this myth that productivity is all about the hustle. It's the grind, the sheer willpower to just push through the noise. Well, today, we are challenging that hustle culture narrative head-on. We're going to look at the fascinating psychology behind our workspaces. And I'm going to show you that the real secret to unlocking effortless, deep focus, it actually has absolutely nothing to do with doing more. It is entirely about eliminating the chaos.
So think about this. What if the secret to deep focus isn't doing more, but eliminating the chaos around you? I mean, it completely flips the script on traditional productivity advice, doesn't it? Okay, let's dive into this and explore the core psychology that makes this so powerfully true.
To really understand this, we've got to start with cognitive load theory. This is the psychological concept that your brain only has a very limited amount of working memory at any given exact second. Every single unorganized item sitting there in your peripheral vision, it's silently competing for your brain's processing power. Your environment isn't just passive, it's highly active. When your space is cluttered, it acts exactly like having 20 different tabs open in the background of your web browser. Even if you think you're ignoring those open tabs, they are quietly draining your mental battery before you even begin your actual work.
So, the crucial point is what we call the echo mindset. This is the realization that your environment acts as a literal mirror to your mental state. Whatever energy, whatever physical structure, or let's be honest, whatever chaotic clutter you put into your room, it is inevitably going to reflect right back into your mind. You simply can't expect a calm, focused mind to operate inside a chaotic, disorganized room. It just doesn't work. So, here is our roadmap to build a sanctuary from scratch. We're going to cover 4 foundational pillars. 1, clear the desk. 2, warm the light. 3, invite the green. And 4, practice digital minimalism.
Let's jump right into Pillar 1, clear the desk, defeating visual noise. Visual noise is the most immediate threat to deep focus, so we have to tackle it first.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast here. On the left side, the cluttered desk, you've got half-finished tasks, tangled wires, maybe 3 half-empty coffee mugs. When you sit there, your visual cortex is constantly processing those objects. It triggers an instant overload. But now, look at the right side, a perfectly clear desk. By physically moving everything out of your direct line of sight, you aren't forcing yourself to focus through the chaos. You've removed the chaos entirely. You massively reduce your cognitive load and leave your mind with exactly one clear path forward.
So how do we actually get to that right side? We use this exact, highly actionable process, the clean slate blueprint. Step 1 is you must reset your desk to 0 at the end of every day or right before a deep work session. Then you follow a strict rule of 3. You are only allowed 3 specific items on your desk surface, no exceptions. Step 2, keep your primary work tool, like your laptop or keyboard. Step 3, keep an analog tool for capturing thoughts, like a single notebook and pen. And Step 4, keep just one element of comfort, like a warm ceramic mug. That's the whole shebang. If it takes you more than 10 seconds to find a clean spot to rest your hands on your desk, you need to execute this blueprint immediately. Moving right along to Pillar 2, warm the light. The psychology of illumination. Now we're shifting from physical clutter to the invisible impact of your environment.
And this brilliantly illustrates the massive difference lighting makes on your nervous system. On the left side, we have overhead fluorescent light. You know, that high-Kelvin, cold, clinical white light that most people work under. Constant exposure to this actually triggers a subtle, systematic stress response in your brain. It keeps you frantic. But on the right side, we have layered ambient light. This is lighting dialed in between 1700 and 3000 Kelvin. It's a warm, golden hue that physically signals to your nervous system that you are safe and secure. It actively lowers your heart rate and quiets all that background chatter in your mind.
To achieve that calming effect, you want to create what we call a tunnel of attention. You start with an asymmetrical monitor light bar. Honestly, this is a real game changer because it casts a crisp beam directly down onto your keyboard without causing any screen glare or eye strain. You illuminate only the direct workspace. Then you pair it with a warm accent lamp set strictly between 2700 and 3000 Kelvin. What you're doing here is creating an environmental boundary. When those warm lights turn on, the rest of the room literally fades into a soft shadow, and your brain immediately recognizes the cue. Okay, it's time to slow down, step into the flow state, and focus.
Let's move to and see how this builds into Pillar 3, invite the green, bringing nature indoors. This is where we bring that newly cleaned and beautifully lit space to life.
The science behind this is rooted in a fascinating term called biophilia. This is humanity's innate, hardwired, evolutionary connection to nature. I mean, think about it. For most of human history, we were outside. When we lock ourselves inside sterile, concrete boxes with zero natural elements, our biology reacts. Our cortisol levels naturally start to rise because the environment feels unnatural and stressful to our ancient brains.
But we can actually fix this by leveraging attention restoration theory. This theory proves that looking at natural elements, specifically the intricate fractal patterns of plant leaves, gives our directed, focused attention a much-needed break. It is incredible. Just by resting your eyes on a plant, your mind is effortlessly recovering from mental fatigue. It passively reduces tension without you having to do anything but look.
Now, you don't need a whole greenhouse to get these benefits. Here are the specific, low-maintenance focus plants you should introduce. The snake plant is absolutely incredible because it thrives in low light conditions, which is perfect for a cozy desk setup. Or you can use a golden pothos, which gives you those beautiful cascading green vines. But the key strategy here is placement. Put them directly in your peripheral vision. When you take a natural mental break, instead of looking away to check your smartphone, which instantly fractures your focus, right? Your eyes land on a living, breathing object. It grounds the room and filters the mental tension right out of the space.
Finally, we reach pillar 4, digital minimalism in intentional digital spaces. Because let's face it, a beautifully calm physical desk is totally useless if opening your laptop unleashes a wave of chaos.
A messy screen destroys focus just as fast as a messy desk. So here is your digital clean slate protocol. Step 1, hide your desktop icons entirely or consolidate every single file into one archive folder. Absolutely no messy screenshots scattered everywhere. Step 2, change your wallpaper. Get rid of the bright, visually loud images and set a neutral, minimalist aesthetic wallpaper that perfectly matches the calming tone of your physical room. And step 3, practice single-task window management. If you are writing, your text editor is full screen. If you're researching, close every unrelated tab. Basically, if an application isn't serving your exact task for the next 50 minutes, it simply shouldn't be visible on your screen.
Listen to this. When your digital environment mirrors the calm organization of your physical desk, the friction to start working completely vanishes. That is the ultimate goal here. We want to remove the friction. Your mind should never have to fight through a cluttered digital jungle just to find a single file or start a project. The transition into work should feel absolutely seamless.
When we put all these pillars together, we realize something really profound. Designing a workspace for deep focus isn't an act of luxury. It's an act of self-care. It is a deliberate, intentional decision to protect your mental energy. It's how you protect your time and, honestly, how you protect your creative spirit from an increasingly chaotic world. You are literally building a fortress for your attention.
We've covered the psychology, the lighting, the nature, and the digital slate. Now I want to leave you with this final, vital thought. Remember that your space is an echo of your mind. Take care of your space, and your mind will take care of the rest. So look around you. What is your workspace reflecting back to you right now? Use what we learned in this explainer to clear the noise, set the light, and claim back your deep focus. Thanks for learning with me today.